Why they called it the third broadcasting channel. So
I guess for third world, that might be what they're doing. Play on third world country. You know what I mean? That would be them admitting something, though. You wouldn't want to do that.
agree to disagree.
What is it? This is another thing I keep thinking about. We've kind of talked about it, but not like in firm detail. Obviously, all the media you see, the TV, if you will, is state run. We know that. But what is that propaganda like? Are there only 2 or 3 channels? Do a lot of people have TVs in their house where you said you don't even have electricity most of the day? Are there a million shows running throughout the day or the same show on an hour repeat? How does it work?
Yep. So most of the people living in city, they have TVs, but the rural area I visited, they don't have any electrical devices. None of them. No refrigerator, no TV, no radio. So that's the difference. But even though you have TV, the program is designed by the North Korea's propaganda and agitation department.
Propaganda and agitation.
Department.
They literally call it that?
Yeah.
Like it translates to that in North Korean?
The translation and then Korean language also called propaganda and agitation department. So they didn't, trying to hide anything.
At least they're honest. Yeah. I appreciate that.
So, and also daily base, they need to get approved by the leader. I'm sure Kim Jong-un won't, review all the programs. His office will do, but they need a signature from the Kim Jong-un's office to show this program, like a daily program. So if they don't get the approval, they have to repeat the previously approved programs. So they repeat the programs in that day if you don't get the approval.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's the system. They produced it, they get a daily approval, and then the main focus of any publication in North Korea should be the leader and the family and the history, how this family came, first game, second game, the third game is committed their lives
Right.
for people's well-being, which is more propaganda, right?
Joe, would you mind pulling up a map? I'm sure you've seen this.
Yeah.
It's a satellite image map of North Korea and South Korea at night. This is. I'll explain why I want to look at this.
That's the perfect example. I keep saying that North Korea has no electricity. That's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
That's the clear example.
That's what's been popping in when you keep hitting that point all day. This is the image that pops in my head.
That's
Perfect.
true.
So let's blow that up right there just so people can see it on the screen. That's exactly the one I'm looking for, Joe. The one you're on. Yep. All right. So you can see on the south side there where there's all the light. That's South Korea.
Yes.
Just north of that is North Korea.
Yeah.
The reason specifically I'm bringing this up now is because if a country like that is so shut off on electricity on such a wide scale, how do you even effectively spread the propaganda when most people can't even see it?
That's a great question. And then,
Thank you.
did you see the dot there?
Yeah, is that
the-
Pyongyang?
That's the Pyongyang. That's on the
yeah.
capital. They can, see the lights. But even in Pyongyang, we only have like 2 or 3 hours electricity. So North Korean regime developed other mechanism to spread their ideology to people if they cannot watch TVs. So printed material. And then you give the community leader. So they have to have the session like, Saturday session. And then weekly starting session like Wednesday. And then monthly the starting session every month. So they give the materials, the government policy, and then studying material for the leaders' history. So they keep organizing these events for people. Like it's not like our like a meetup, the organizing events. No, it's a mandatory. The events you have to attend. Mandatory. So that's the way North Korean regime still in the position to brainwash people. And also the broadcasting, the radio broadcasting, we only have one radio broadcasting called the third channel.
Third channel and it's only one? What happened to 1 and 2?
I have no idea why
They're
they called
dead.
it the third broadcasting channel. So
I guess for third world, that might be what they're doing. Play on third world country. You know what I mean? That would be them admitting something, though. You wouldn't want to do that.
agree to disagree. So anyway, the third there might be a reason that one or two channel is gone, but the third broadcasting channel. But so it doesn't need electricity for broadcasting radio. I don't know. But
Yeah, I would assume so. I mean, am I
yeah, so
crazy?
that's another way. They keep, repeating everything, the same thing. And mainly is like, as I mentioned earlier, now it's a material distribution.
Right.
Yeah. And
You know
then-
what I kind of picture? I don't know if this is also something that might happen because it makes it easier when it's a centralized source of electricity in this way. You know how you'll see the speakers in for Islam where it'll be the call to prayer and it plays around different cities that practice the Muslim religion. Do they have something like that, except instead of the call to prayer, it's like, Supreme Leader, good, everyone say it on 3. Is it anything like that?
Yes, we do. In the towns, not like that particular thing, but in towns, they have a announcement speaker.
Yes.
And then sometimes they play music, the propaganda music, and then encourage people, hey, we should increase our the effort to produce more rice or more work. And then sometimes if you see North Korean TV or the video, in the morning, the special propaganda group in the factory line, they just sing and then playing music, encourage people work more.
It's like Animal. You ever read the book Animal Farm?
Animal Farm, yeah, I know the story, but
It's like horse. Work is good.
yes,
Wow. That's dark. Though.
that's
It's very dark.
reality. Yes, so yeah, that's the many type of different method to brainwash people.
I assume if you've read Animal Farm, you're obviously a very well-read guy. You're also familiar with 1984?
Yeah, George Orwell. Yeah.
I mean, I don't even say this as a stereotype. It seems like when you
Very
describe
similar.
North Korea, it is the darkest form of 1984 that there is.
Yeah, very similar. He described it well. So now, but the good thing is nowadays young people less believe in North Korean system.
They do.
They have exposed to the foreign media more than older generation, and then they are the generation which haven't received any benefit from the government. Like my dad's generation, they received the distribution for many years, right?
Yes.
And they have some loyalty. And then from my generation, like 1980, 99, we never received any distribution. We only, educate that, we had a distribution system. Government provided everything, but no. So free education, free healthcare, and no taxes. Sounds all good, but the system never worked.
Never worked.
Yeah, never worked. And because of this free stuff, they took freedom away from us, right?
Yes.
So we are not allowed to do anything, and then government said that you cannot do that. So we cannot argue with it.
What are the number one ways that the younger generations are getting access to outside information? Is it like you were referring to earlier, a lot of things being smuggled in?
The smuggled USB and CDs, DVDs, and then there are a number of ways to send USBs. So one is things from people to travel China and North Korea. They smuggle those information. And another way is from South Korea, balloon launch, leaflets and USBs in the balloons and then send the balloon to North Korea.
A balloon.
Yeah, a balloon. Very
Oh my
old
God.
technique. Yeah,
Wow.
old technique. But because of South Korean government, government intervened the effort. So they blocked all balloon launch right now.
Wait, the South Koreans are blocking balloon launches?
Yep,
Why?
that's correct. So current South Korean leader and then the majority party is, I wouldn't say pro North Korea, but they are more party and the leader trying to support North Korea, like more. They call them, say they are the more engagement, policy people. That basically they want to provide more food to Kim regime and then provide more, support Kim regime.
Do you think that that is sinister intentions or good intentions paving the way to hell unintentionally?
The two policies already proven, like, the South Korea adopted Sunshine policy, which is more engagement policy, providing more access to resource access to North Korea. But North Korean regime realized that this is the mechanism they were trying to influence us. So they took, aid, took money, and then cut off all the influences. So they utilize the money and the stuff,
Right.
but they just reject South Korea's influence. But North Korea all know that. And even South Korean, the engagement guys knew it is a failed, a policy, but they won't recognize that. They won't admit this is the failed policy because it damages their political careers like that.
That sucks.
So, but other party like Conservative Party in Korea, they, argue the principles, right? North Korea should come up with the good intention when we negotiate or the cooperate. I like that, but somehow in South Korea they framed as bad people, and then even like South Korea in danger now.
What is you talk about the access to healthcare and stuff like that? What is healthcare like in North Korea? Like we said earlier, there's some serious intellectual capital that does exist there, but in the medical side, do you have a lot of doctors? Or any of them any good? How does it work?
Surprisingly, North Korea runs free healthcare system. So technically, you used to get the support and then treatment for free. But as I said, it's all failed policy. There's no resources you can utilize. Even you want to see the doctor, you have to prepare your own medicine or own equipment. And even you don't have such devices in
You have to prepare it yourself?
Yeah. Because
do you
the hospital and doctors are there, and then they don't have the materials and then devices for treatment. So they have to purchase it, or you have to prepare money, and then so the doctors take bribery and then will give you a cure.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for checking out this clip. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe and hit the like button on this video. It is a huge, huge help. And if you'd like to check out this clip's full podcast episode, that link is in the description below or right here. And finally, you can follow me on Instagram and X by using the links in my description below.